Well, number one, thank you, because the number one thing in this the whole process of what we do right now is really about the young people to say yes. I mean, we could talk about Cal Poly, which is we obviously understand is a great university and a great place, but the bottom line thing is it's about the young people that do say yes and decide to come to Cal Poly. And so this is their day. So we want to make it a special day for them, a special opportunity for them to celebrate the fact that they said, yes, Cal Poly is the right place for me. Every year you go into the recruiting process and you have holes to fill, you have places to look, all the things that you have to do in recruiting, and you try to piece together the best possible football team that you can piece together. And I think this year our coaches did a tremendous job. And you know, as I look at that and I look at who we are and what we are, you know, we have the toughest academic requirements in the Big Sky without question. We probably don't have the biggest recruiting budget in the Big Sky. I know we don't. Our football facility, as far as our stadium, I think ranks as one of the top 4 or 5 in the conference. Our facilities as a whole have been improved, but they're not to where they need to be. And yet, we still have some of the best players in the state of California saying yes to Cal Poly. And that's a tremendous compliment to the university, to our coaches, and the people we work with in the recruiting process. This year, Dr. Ken Walker, our NCAA faculty rep, gave up every Saturday to hang out with us, be with parents, be with the young people, give us the opportunity to recruit the highest level student athlete that we can. Don Oberhelman, our AD, gave up every Saturday to be there and talk to our student athletes, which I think makes a huge impression on parents and the young people. And I look at this whole thing as I would have as a parent. It's really about, you know, the opportunity for these young people to be successful, not only in football, but really the rest of their life. And I know we've gone through some trials and tribulations this past year. That happens. But the reality of the situation is we recruit the best guys that we can find that we think fit the entire atmosphere of Cal Poly. And we want them to understand the whole of what they're doing, not just the football opportunity, but the academic opportunity, the opportunity to grow into the man that their mom and dad wants them to grow into. And as a mother, a father of 4 of my own, that's the most important thing, that they look into their future and see exactly what they can be because of what they've chosen. And I think our coaches do a tremendous job of going out and identifying the young people that we recruit. I think we look at them in every single way that we possibly can. And I think, you know, I have to put the final stamp on it, and that's my responsibility. I get it. And I think we did a tremendous job this year. I really do. When I look at it, we've had a couple of frustrations here at the end, but in reality, we were more than prepared for what those frustrations might be, and we responded in a positive way with a tremendous recruiting class. If you look at the last couple of years in the Big Sky, we've been 5-3 and plays away from being champions for 3 consecutive years. And like I've said many times, the Big Sky is probably one of the best FCS conferences in the United States of America. And when you look at what we've done in our first 3 years, 17-7, I think it's acceptable, more than acceptable, to be honest with you. But the reality of it is we probably woulda, coulda, shoulda won some championships. So again, this year we looked at it like, what can we do better in the recruiting process? And I think we identified the position needs we had. I think we identified what we needed to improve upon. And I think we hit on it pretty hard. And I think we were extremely successful. So I'm extremely excited with the class we have. On the defensive side of the ball, I think if you look at it from a football perspective, I think you look at it and go, okay, we need to be a little bit deeper and stronger in the secondary. And we think we signed 4 guys there that are really good football players. At linebacker, we lost some really good players the last 2 years, if you really look at it. From Johnny Millard, Nick DeZubnar, and then Cameron Anko, we've lost some outstanding football players there. And to fill that void, I think going out and signing a couple of transfers, as well as some really talented high school players, we've helped ourselves there. On the defensive line, the toughest thing for us to recruit, outside of length maybe in the secondary, is size in the interior line. And probably was the toughest thing for us to do this year. So we didn't jump at what we missed on, and we didn't try to, you know, make up for the lack of maybe the talent that's in the state of California this year. But we were very fortunate to sign one, and that young man had some huge offers and said no. I mean, really big offers, and said no, and stuck by it. His mom and dad both graduated from Cal Poly, so that was a huge advantage. But we do think that we're strong enough and big enough there for our future to continue to grow. On the offensive side of the ball, we have a lot of players coming back intact. And if you add Willie Tucker to the equation at wide receiver, we're not very deficient at very many positions. Probably the H position behind the quarterback was probably number one. But with what we've done at the running back position, I feel strongly that we've addressed that. And we've been averaging 500 yards and almost 40 points a game for the last couple of years. And with all the guys we have coming back, that might be a low number. So we're really expecting ourselves to be better on the offensive side of the ball, looking really forward to what we've signed. But it also gives us the opportunity right now to get back to work on the guys that are here and allow the guys that are here, the guys that are doing the right things, the guys that are graduating from college at an 87% clip, get back with those guys and allow them to make that one more jump that will allow us to win a Big Sky championship next year. And that's really what it's all about.